Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzy. You're watching my channel Mr. 14, and I'm here doing a review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Now, want to apologize. I had stopped watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood for a while, and I just got back binge watching the rest of the episodes. So when you saw my last video, it was mostly up to episode 9, my last reviews, and then I was doing every 2 weeks. I started doing weekly, then I was doing every 2 weeks. And now, lately, this video review will be episode 10 all the way to the finale. Now, I'm not going to go scene by scene because that's a lot of scenes, a lot of episodes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts and opinions about the storylines, how I feel about it. So it will be more of a reaction and review of how my thoughts is, and then instead of a recap of what happened. And I might reference some scenes, but if anything, I'm just gonna talk. And I'm sorry, because I'm not gonna go back and try and do each episode one at a time anymore. I'm gonna start by just doing my common views. Like some shows I have been watching, I just haven't been watching for a while because I wasn't been watching TV for a little bit. And then a lot of the reality TV shows is like I'm just starting getting done with it and not really focusing too much. So I don't know if I'm gonna do Atlanta. I may do Atlanta. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Hustle of Brooklyn. I'm gonna do a special video of Hustle of Brooklyn to introduce the show and everything and how I feel about it so far. But a lot of reality TV shows, that's why I haven't been doing Black Gay Crew as well. Like I haven't finished Chicago, if y'all didn't notice that. Like I had stopped that, so I had to really go down and sit down and look at the last episodes of Black and Cool Chicago, finish my thoughts of that before the new season come back on January. And I may do a reaction video of how I feel so far about Black and Cool, but I won't do a weekly video on that. I had lost the interest. So I'm gonna watch it, binge watch it, and then give my thoughts about it, just like I'm doing right now with Love and Hip Hop. So this is how my thing is. It's like a lot of reality TV shows. I may do a weekly thing if I decide to do it, or I might do bi-weekly, or I might just do an initial reaction in the beginning, then watch the other episodes, but take no notes and get an end the reaction at the end. I'll add the storylines. If they got a reunion, I'll do the reunion. And that's how I'm going to do Love and Hip Hop. I'll go do reunion, Love and Hip Hop. How many weeks? I maybe 1 or 2 weeks, I will do each reunion. But for now, because today I want to give you the video out, I'm just going to do my reaction video. Now, let me do with Apple Watch, sorry, because you know Apple Watch was that stripper and everything. She trying to get the music game and all that stuff like that. And I like Apple Watch's journey in this season. She wasn't too ratchet. It was very relatable, her story, that she's finding herself. She's trying to get better opportunities for her things. And just going through life. And it's like very relatable with Apple Watch. Because when she first came to the scene, I was like, oh, I don't like Apple Watch. My bitch is just Apple Watch. This bitch's name is Apple Watch. My name is Apple Watch, but this bitch is Apple Watch. I like Apple Watch. So it was like, okay, that she was trying to give me some thing, all that stuff. And she was not with the shits. Like, anybody messing it, she got up and leave and not staying with the petty drama. Checking people, she checked Rockstar. She was gunning for A1, like protecting all that stuff. She just on her image and her self-worth. Now, through her journey in this Love and Hip Hop series, she was finding herself, trying to get better life for her sons, but she's trying to get a music game, and she was getting back and forth. I remember saying she worked with A1, but A1's going to do his little things right now with Lyrica. I'm going to get to that storyline in a minute. But then she was with Rockstar, that Rockstar was being funny and shady, trying to shade A1. She was not having that. So then she tried to get a manager, so she met with Sean Love. Sean Love was managing her daughter Amber, but that didn't work out. So she said she decided she wanted to be a mother to Amber than more than her manager. So she broke the manager relationship with her daughter to have a mother-daughter time. But Amber knew Apple Watch to do videos together, so they become good friends. So she asked her mother to manage Apple. So they met together and they started talking. And Apple Watch agreed that she could have Sean Love manage her. manage by her, because I don't know if they really signed the contract officially or she's just trying to work with Shun Love and see how she is. Now, when they agree, Shun Love has had a meeting with an attorney to sign look up the contract and sign. Apple Watch didn't show up. So Apple Watch was in the strip club because she had the bills to pay, and she had to get in the pole, she had to work and all that stuff. She had to do that. And Shun Love come and checked her, like she said, like her own daughter. She said, I spent days all money on for you and all that stuff, and you gotta get on this pole and like get down off it. She see a lot of herself on Apple Watch. So that's why she going hard on Apple Watch, because she was Apple Watch. So like sometimes when you have somebody who was like you and you try to get them in the right path, sometimes you sort of vested with them. So you going after. So she cared for Apple Watch. She said, I want to make you better, but you got to put the work in and everything. Apple Watch realized that she messed up and she apologized and sit down, work with Shun Love, and just realized that Shun Love is there, being there for her. But she has a habit. And like, it's a natural thing that she always knew stripping. She always knew dancing and getting on the pole and stuff like that. That's what she always know. So she needs to. It's very hard for her to trust because she have a lot of trust issues, and it's also been bad for her when she be abandoned. And I guess that's mainly why her trust issues is a problem. So her original point of how she has trust issues is that she was abandoned when she was a kid, and she was not raised by a father or another parent. She was raised in foster home, and she been in different like 30 plus foster homes, constantly being neglected, being food deprived, being molested, like anything you could think of with a bad thing a person could be doing in a foster home. She got put in the hallway, not getting any food, like anything you could think of that a foster kid could have happened to them. Apple Watch went through that. So she went through a long life of doing that and being disappointed and being taken advantage of. So she lost a lot of trust in a lot of people. She can't trust human beings and stuff like that. So she had a hard time. So she reached out to her father. I'm sorry, this might be a long video because I'm trying to do my thoughts. So she reached out to her father for 6 years, to reach out to him and try to build a relationship, because she said she want that father figure back in her life and everything. She trying to build a relationship, all that stuff. So she got this guy in the jar. So they sat down and talked, and she said she just told her feelings of how she feel like she got abandoned by you. Like you was never there. Why you gave me up? Like why you was never there? Why you didn't come look for me? And they talked, and she really stayed for a long time. So she said, you know what? If you want to do a therapy, we can go therapy. So they went to therapy and they talked, and she talked about her issues while she went through foster home. And he said he tried to text her and be there for her life and communicate with her. And she said it's doing too much right now. It's like, I just met you back in my life, and it's like too crazy right now. Like, you can fall back a little bit, but part-time and not be a full-time thing. Like, you was not there for my whole my life. I think Apple Watch is in her 30s right now, and now you want to play full-time dad. Like, it's way too much. I need some time to get to know you. Like, as you basically a stranger to her. So they was going through all this thing, and he's trying to get to know her, trying to be there for her, invite her to church, sat down at church thing, trying to talk to her, get more information out of her. She mentioned that she had signed a contract with Shun Love, and he said, with this contract, I want to look at the contract. He met with Shun Love. They had a talking words about that, and he said, what's this contract? She said, what? You know, just talk about the contract. You gonna put money in, and that's what he feels. He said, how do you know I'm not the father? No, how do you know I'm the father? I was like, but you just said you were the father. And I was with Shun Love too. I said, you just said you're the father all this long time. So now you say, how do you know I'm the father? So basically they had to get a DNA test. Get the DNA test because Shun Love told Apple Watch that she met with the father. And they was talking about the contract. And then he blurted out, he said, how you know I'm Apple Watch's father? So to get a DNA test, she said, yeah, I gotta get the DNA test. Because now Apple Watch, like, she questioning his motive. Like, now he talking about the contract, that he want money, this with this. Like, after 6 years, he been constantly on her, like, constantly in her life and everything. So he want to know what's his motive is. So they went to get the DNA test, swab, and they had the Apple Watch got the results. So they went to the public place in the park. Test came back. It's 0.00%, 0.00% that he is the father of Apple Watch. So basically, there's no way he's the father. So I was like, okay. So she didn't understand it. So he read it. He said, "Oh, 0% paternity thing. I'm the father. That I'm 0% that I would be your father." And she read it. She said, "Well, just go from here." And just say, "Nothing to go from here." And he said, "Let me tell you something." He said, 33 something years ago, I had your mother and I got a DNA test. So this guy knew all along that he was never the father of Apple Watch. And you sitting there pretending to be a dad. He said, "Oh yeah, when you reach out to me, because I know that you need a father figure in your life. When your mother got the DNA test with me at that time, right then and there, I didn't want nothing to do with you or deal with the mother. So I left you alone, but when you reach out to me, I know that you need a father figure in your life. So I pretended to be your father and being there to show you how a dad could be and how you could be a daughter." And I said, "Hold on, you try to school her?" I said, "First of all, you try to play dad when you actually not the dad, and you knew all along you wasn't the father. So she went through all this craziness, and you could avoid that, and you should have told her that you wasn't the father. So now you try to tell her, oh, you need to be a daughter. You need to act like to be a daughter." And it's like, would you finally get to see the father? I'm showing you how to. I was like, hold on, nobody need no advice for you. Because right now you acting pathetic, you acting pitiful, and you acting crazy in the streets. Because how the hell you knew all along that she's not your daughter and you try to pretend she'll be the father? So you could build a relationship so you could show how. I would say, no, you don't need to school her. You could be upfront and say, I'm not your real father. But if you need somebody there for you, I could be there for you. It's like, come on now. It's like, that was really like crazy. So Apple Watch, Sure Love came to pick her up. Apple Watch was trying to put in the front. But she broke down. He said, you want to find your father? She said, yeah, I still want to find him, all that stuff. But she said, before you do that, you got to find who Apple Watch is. And she broke down. She said, like, I understand, like, you, with all this thing, you finally got the hope and something to build, and now you got to do it all over again. She got to talk to her mother, find out who her real father is, and they can find out. She said, no. I was like, I feel for her. So good luck to Apple Watch. She said she's doing it better now. Her ending thing was she said she working on music, all that stuff, and trying to get better life with Sean Love. She being there for her. She showing her, open the doors for her. She do photo shoots. Apple Watch is a beautiful girl. So hopefully she could do what she got to do. Now, so more good luck to Power and good luck to Apple Watch. And hopefully we can see her again next season because she was good in the season. She was not about the drama. Her storyline was very relatable. It was very real. A lot of people could see themselves with Apple Watch and how they're going through. Who have absent fathers, who went through foster care, who try to make ends meet, trying to find herself in the world, and just going through life, and just do what you gotta do. Well, have a trust issue. So hopefully everything works out for her, for Apple Watch. Pray for her success and more power to her. Let's go with the Paris. Now we know Paris was this celebrity assistant. She was working with Kimberly K. Michelle assistant until K. Michelle blasted out there that Paris stole her credit card and stole money for her. And she said it was only $50. It said it's not about how much it is. It's the principle of it. You took her credit card and you may purchase her credit card without her access. So it's basically stealing. So, but she said as she came out and just tarnished my life, saying I'm a thief and all that stuff like that, it just tarnished my reputation. If it wasn't for Keisha Cole, it wasn't for this people, I wouldn't have no friends, I wouldn't have nobody. So she upset that Kimberly is freaking tarnished her freaking name. It's like, oh my God, it's like, I could have sworn they squashed this beef. So this is like saying, if you was not over it, why you pretending you squashed the beef with Kimberly? Because I would say, hold up, why did y'all squash this beef? And y'all said y'all would get past that, but eventually nothing got passed. So she's pissed off and say how Kimberly and tarnished her name. She's a thief. So she was working on movies. She's trying to get her better herself. I said, what kind of movie are you working on, girl? But she was doing a movie scene with Amara Allegra. I said, oh, Amara. And she was talking about how everything was going, how she worked with Kimberly, how she tarnished her name, how she called her, everybody called her a thief, and it just ruined her reputation, her brand, and she can't get work. I said, oh, you let that go, Paris. You saw, you to say you was going to let it go? Let it go. So she met up with Kimberly, and they had talked, and Kimberly came with receipts. Came with receipts, everything, her credit card receipts, statements, and everything about what happened, what was being charged. And they was going back and forth, and nothing got started, or nothing got resolved. And then Paris just do a drink or K Michelle, Kimberly face, and they said, bitch, you know me, you trying to charge my name little things. And Kimberly, they gonna go back and forth, and got out of it. It was too much about Paris. I don't really care. That's why I'm going fast with her thing. It got out of it, and I was like, Paris, let it go. If you're not gonna, just move on. Alright, she said what I said. Yes, maybe she shouldn't have blasted on social media. That probably was Kate Michelle for. But it is what it is. Like, it's the principle. And she said, oh, you want the money back? You want to pay me back? All that stuff. I said, no, it's not about the money back. I don't need them paying money back. She said, well, the one is it? And then Kimberly started reading that. She said, $30 for this. This and this and that. $8. She said, what? Bitch, don't fake it, $8. I said, Kimberly. And she said, oh, you just messed up my fucking nose. I said, oh my gosh. I said, that's ridiculous. But, and then Paris is so upset about that. She went to see Booby and frustrated with Booby. That's what she told Booby, because maybe Booby was last season. Booby is Keisha Cole ex. And they got a son together. But now they ain't separated, they divorced now. And he with somebody else now. And so I went to talk to Booby, and she told Booby that it was Marcus. I said, oh. And Booby said, it was Marcus. I heard other things about this boy, and hope he's good for Brooke and all that stuff. So he go check on Brooke in his own time. And that was that. But that's it with Paris. I don't really got much to say about her. She said she doing her. She trying not to let that thing happen to her and stop her grind. She gonna make her grind. I said, good. Do you, Paris, and keep it going. But don't keep bringing this thing up about this Steve thing. It is what it is. It's done. It's over. Rebuild your brand. That's what you need to do. Now, who else to talk about next? Alright, let's go to Ray J. Now, we know that Ray J was being messy with doing his thing with the A1 and Lyrica and bringing this thing with Safari. He put in the middle of it. So, Ray J felt like A was wrong for stepping up to him and trying to check him. So, he wanted to do a Fatherhood Friday event. So, he had Marcus, Solo Lucci, himself. He not going to invite A1 because A1's not a father yet. I said that's shady. But, and then he asked Rockstar. And Rockstar got a son. And I said, oh, Rockstar got a son. Okay. And they were sitting there talking and all stuff like that. And then Rockstar blurted out that he slept with Lyrica. I said, really? I'll get into Rockstar later. But Ray J, he was like, he bringing people in, still trying to be his messy self, trying to get more. Now he found out. He talked to Rockstar, and Rockstar saying that he smashed, and Ray J's up for it, because he's still trying to get into this thing about Lyrica, and try to get information, and try to bring to A1, and stuff like that. So, and Princess told you to sit your ass down and mind your business. Like you shouldn't have done mind your damn business. But he was not invited to the gender reveal party, because it was messy, and Abel said, oh, you, Olivia told Princess that she invited to the gender reveal, but Ray J cannot come. And she understands that, so Ray J sitting at home, he feeling sorry for himself now, he feeling guilty that he did it, and he feel upset that he couldn't go, and he needs to learn his lesson. Sit down. So Ray J and freaking A1 sat down, they talked, they squashed their little beef. Squashed it. They said he apologized because he said he was really being messy. Even though Ray J said he don't think he did anything wrong, he not to blame. But yeah, he do feel like he was part of the messiness, and he should have stood mind his business and shouldn't have brought Survivor to the thing. I said that's what you shouldn't have done. You should have sat your ass down, listen to your wife and everything. But On a positive note, congratulations to Ray J and Princess of your baby Melody. She's a beautiful little girl, and I'm glad you call her Melody. It's like a normal ass name, not this crazy ass outlandish names that you call your baby just to be unique because you're a celebrity. I was like, come on now. It's like that. But baby Melody, she's a beautiful girl. I'm happy for Ray J. But he just sit his ass down and try to be a freaking drama queen. It's like shit. So he talked. And then later on, he met with Safari, he met with Rockstar, and Rockstar still claiming that he slept with Lyrica. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Still claiming he slept with Lyrica. Safari cleared his air. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. And Ray just said he just want to get going and just build life with his wife and build up a brand with his baby Melody, make her an empire, make her grand. I said, oh, that's nice. Let's get to Rockstar. Okay. Rockstar's a fucking cornball. He is a cornball, goofy ass cornball. Like, I can't stand him. When he first came to the scene, it's like, what is this guy? He's so extra, he's so loud. And I think he do way too much to prove himself. Like, he's all that. And I don't think he's really that. He's one of the people who will lie and exaggerate and boast his manliness and machiness of getting females, getting mad pussy, getting this and that, even though he don't get it. So he not getting it, but he trying to play that he's a player, he's all that, and he's getting that pussy, and he's getting this, and he all that big shot person. Because I said, I don't know who you are, Rockstar. And I said, you was doing way too much, being a little messy. He claimed he slashed Lyrica. He said Lyrica came in a blessing day. Lyrica was naked in his bed and he smashed and he rolled a car and all that stuff doing it. I said, you lying on your dick. And I said, I don't understand why guys do this. If you didn't smash a female, don't need to lie about it. Why you just lie and say you slept with a female when you know you didn't sleep with a female? He's still sticking. I said, hopefully this reunion comes and they can see the tape. And I hope Lyrica, whoever, check this motherfucker and say, you know, motherfucker, you did not sleep with me. And everything, and I was like, come on, like, you claiming that you slept with Lyrica, like, you trying to jump in the bandwagon and you slept with her when you know you didn't sleep with her. That's like, come on now. So, and then he was clowning Moniece. I get to Moniece in a minute, because they had a little photo, music studio session, and he agreed to talk on Moniece, and Moniece had this little panic attack, and he was clowning her, saying that she was faking it. I was like, whatever. But Rockstar is still a cornball. I can't stand him. So he needs to sit his ass down. And I hope he get checked in the reunion. He needs to get checked because he was doing way too much. And then when he explained to the Marcus, and I get to Marcus in a minute, Marcus told A1 what Rockstar said, and Rockstar is upset that Marcus went to tell A1 about it. He said he shouldn't tell. Whatever I said is my business. That's it. And a no man should go out and tell somebody. I said, first of all, that's his friend, and you going around saying that you slept with another guy's wife. That's something that the guys should know. And he said, no, I won't roll like that. And all that stuff. And Solucci got upset. But I'm not going to talk about Solucci as much. He was in the middle of it. He was not much scenes about that. And Solucci was upset too because he said he felt like Marcus went, told Booker had to talk with Booker. Booker loaded up that Nikki and Solucci had sex. And Solucci said he did something with Nikki. Nikki said she didn't do anything with him. I said, whatever, I don't know who to believe. Somebody's lying in between. So, that was that. I said, Rockstar, hope you get checked in the reunion because he was doing way too much, too extra. And the fact that you doing all this for no reason, it is like mind-boggling for me. Now, Brooke. Let's get to Brooke. Brooke. No, let's leave Brooke. Let's go to Jay Will and LaBrittany. So, we know that LaBrittany had got the gig that Mr. Ray was doing. Jay Will was pissed off because he was trying to perform as Jay Will, not as Candy. So, when he found out LaBrittany and Jay Will got at it. They started digs at each other. I said, how the hell y'all just go in and y'all just craziness? So LaBrittany turned down the gig because she was going to London with Bridget Kelly, because Bridget Kelly was doing this London trip and to promote her album. And Jay Will was salty about that. But he talked to Mr. Ray, said he will perform as Candy. He went to perform as Candy, but he had a surprise for Mr. Ray. After he performed, he the hell went on the thing and blasted Mr. Ray out. Everybody said, "Oh, he didn't want to perform. He didn't want me to perform as Jay Will. You supposed to accept me, and why he didn't accept me, who I am, all that stuff like that." And I was like, "Wow." Said all that stuff, and that was a pissy move. That was a pussy move to do all that. And Mr. Ray was tight. And he said, I fought for people's rights. I've done a lot of things, and for you to come here and do all that craziness and perform as Jay Will, when you bring that energy, I said, hell no. So Jay Will said he apologized. He had to talk to Mr. Ray. He had to squash that beef. He apologized for him to say, because he realized he was wrong. And Mr. Ray had a headliner at his club, and he performed as Jay Will. So he did what he had to do as Jay Will. Now Britney was promoting her freaking song that she did with Cash Doll, a song she did with Lachey. Oh, what's her name? Lady LaShore. That's what it was, Lady LaShore. And I was saying, that's nice. Top of that, Bridget Kelly was inviting all the ladies to the so that's that with Britney. Britney said she will continue doing her music, continue her grind. Jay Will and her made up, and they said they squashed the beef. They apologized to each other because they said a lot of things to each other that didn't mean, all that stuff, and they good friends, yada yada yada. Move that. And she also said that her and Lyrica made up. So she squashed all the beef and continued her grind with her music. I said, good. Congratulations to you. Now, Bridget Kelly, a little bit about her, that she was going to London to promote her album, Reality Bites. I need to listen to her album here because she has a beautiful voice. And she was there, had a good time, turned up. She had an interview that went left, and it was turned into Tierra. I'm going to talk about Tierra in a minute because that was craziness. But she had a good time. She was probably be on album, Reality Bites. So it wasn't too much about Bridget Kelly. But she's still rocking friends with Brooke. Now, Brooke, Marcus, and everything. Now, Brooke and Marcus, they got engaged and everything. They were happy, all that stuff. Now, Brooke is a messy ass girl. She's very messy. And they were talking about her messiness this season. Start from episode 10 and beyond. She messy at first. Crashed Bridget Kelly interview. Bridget Kelly had an interview. Brooke said Bridget Kelly interview was so boring. I just spiced it up. I said it doesn't matter her thing is boring or not. It's not for you to crash. She came with her banana, crashing up there and talk about what she had to talk about. Airbush Bridget Kelly said, "Oh, LaBrittany should open up for you," and something like that. I would say, "Wow." So she didn't understand that, and so. And I said, Bridget could have checked. But she said, you had my bag, you supposed to do that, and you was messy. I said, what did I do wrong? It's like, I don't know. It's like you act like you don't know what you're doing, Brooke. And so that was that. And then she mentioned something that she insinuated that Nikki Baby had sex with Solucci because they had Never Have I Ever. They said, Never Have I Ever slept with Solucci. And Nikki didn't put her head down. She said, oh, you did, Nikki? And she said, what were you trying to do? And then her and Nikki got at it a little bit. And Brooke is like, she knows so much and she says so much. And later on, when Marcus was talking to have some information about Rockstar, so he didn't was a feeling Rockstar and he didn't say how to move. Now he realized that Brooke was working with Rockstar. Cause, I think Brooke mentioned something about the Tierra, the Moniece thing, and how Moniece had a panic attack. I think Rockstar mentioned that. I think he's mentioned something like that about the session and Moniece said all that craziness, and then he said Brooke came in and all that stuff. So Rockstar, Marcus and Brooke was talking, and Marcus told Brooke he don't want her working with Rockstar. He said, no, I don't want you working with her. So like that. I don't like how you move. As my wife, as my fiance, if I'm not comfortable you working with somebody, you shouldn't be working with somebody. She said, book like how I book it. She said, nobody gonna tell me who I need to work with and all that stuff like that. I said, book, come on, you got to end the relationship. You're gonna get engaged. Stop acting like you all this, like you can't nobody can touch you. It's from being messy. So she still went behind Marcus' back, still did the session with him. Was about to co-host a party with Tierra, all that stuff. And I was like, wow. But and then later on, Book find out that Amber, this girl named Amber Diamond, is texting Marcus like crazy. They were going back and forth, and not texting. She found out that Marcus was like a lot of Amber Diamond's pictures on Instagram, and she said, "Well, what is this?" And they was checking back and forth. So she pretended to be Marcus and texted Amber Diamond, and it was like, come to the party because she had a little event going on, and bait Amber Diamond, catfish Amber Diamond to come to the event, and Amber Diamond came, and she said, "You looking for your chocolate supplies? I'm the chocolate supplies. I'm just Marcus." And they would add the guy back and forth. Show Love took her daughter wig and tried to hit Butcher Kelly because she was arguing with Butcher Kelly. And then Book was there. I said, Book, you doing too much. Book is not apologizing to Livica. She said, fuck that. I apologized to you already. No, I said what I said. I did what I did. I already apologized for you once, and I'm not gonna apologize to you again. And Livica said, okay, do sis, that's it, bye. I was like, oh my gosh. Marcus found out that Book is still working with Rockstar, and then they liked that, so they had an argument and going like that. I was like, oh. She said, oh. I was like, wow. So there was a little break. And Marcus was upset, and Book was telling Nikki Baby everything happened, and I was like, oh, why you just tell her that? So I was like, yeah, this is crazy. But Book is a messy queen, a messy girl in this season. Like, I want her to do her music. Where's her music at? It's like, come on, like, she has a beautiful voice, and she is wasting it by being messy. Like, we thought when she come back, I was like, oh shit, Book is coming back. She gonna be as freaking singer. She gonna come back with a comeback on the thing. And no, we not getting none of that. We got the messy ass Book, who relationship troubles, relationship drama, everything, and being messy as ever. Because she insecure herself, and Booby was in her ass because he got on her, he was reading her, trying to go deep on her, and she said, hold up, you try to read me, and I'm not trying to do that right now. Nuh-uh. Shut him down. And I said, wow. So that was something right there, right? And go with, yeah, let's go to A1 and Livica, because I'm going to save Tierra for last. Alright. A1 and Livica. Now, before that, Moniece. I mean, not much on Moniece. Moniece and Fizz, I'm glad that they made up. I'm glad they're trying to work on this co-parenting thing, and I'm glad they're on the same page now, because she always was feeling like when Fizz put it out there, I don't think he was intention to put it out there. Intention that she was a bad mother, and she said she was going through tough times, and she asked the father her child to take care of it so she get back her feet because she was inadequate at the time and get back. And now she working on it, and Fizz said, yeah, she is better and everything, and he probably apologized for making it seem that she was a bad mom, and she was frustrated at the time, and that she was around and stuff like that. But they working on it good. Working on it. Now, her AD broke up, and AD still want to have visitation with Cam after he broke up with Moniece. Now, AD, I'm sorry, boo boo, but you can't do that, because if you broke up with the baby's mother, you broke up with the baby's mother, and you don't want to have no contact with her, no communication with her, and everything, but you still want to see Cam because you had a good relationship with Cam. Yes, you got a good relationship with Cam, but Cam must understand when he's getting to a point where he knows that stuff happens. So, yes, you may have a good relationship with Cam, but you're an ex now. If you don't want nothing to do with Moniece, you don't want nothing to do with her child. And Fizz, since Fizz is there, he had to go behind Moniece and say, yo, I had to tell you that none of my exes is around. And even though they may have a good relationship with my son, none of my exes is around. So if you're an ex, you're not gonna be around. And I had to stick her back. And I'm glad that they was on the same page. So when Monique said, hey, and he said, AD, he said, that's it. Hit the door, deuces. Bye, Eddie. You can't have it both ways. AD was trying to go behind Monique's back and try to still get vegetation with Cam and not consulting with Monique. No, you can't do that. If you didn't want to do with Monique, you can't deal with her child. And that's what it is. You cannot see her. If she said no, then you can't. Bye. Move on. You can find somebody else and just take your losses with Cam. But you can't do that. You can't have that. So I'm on Monique's side with that. And, Monique and Princess, this episode, about to go at it, but Princess was throwing things, and Monique said, I'm not doing that. I'm going to throw hands. Throw hands. I'm not about it. I'm not going to throw the first punch. Kept throwing. Monique's left. And she said, no, I'm not going to deal with this. If you can find me, bitch. You can have my number. You can call me. You can find me. We can meet up. I said, oh, Monique, you're a thug girl. Sit your thuggish down. Her and Tierra friendship broke. And I can explain why. And I'm going to talk about Tierra in a minute. Her relationship with Tierra just got sour and just got dissipated. That's like, no more of those relationship. She was there for Kimberly, and her and Kimberly is cool right now. Is it? Yeah, her and Kimberly is cool right now. And she's friends with Kimberly, and she's friends with Tierra, and Tierra didn't like that because something that Kimberly was doing, and Tierra feel like Monique should have checked Kimberly, and I said, why? Kimberly's a glorious woman. Why she just check her? But I was like, oh, okay. But Monique is coming around. She's still her messy ways, but she's coming around and trying to do what she got to do. She's trying to be loyal to a friend, but she just realized she can't be friends with some people. She just got to move on and do what she got to do. But I don't know if Princess and her are ever going to fight, and hoping to, maybe in the reunion they might get at each other, but we see. A1 Lyrica and their mamas and the family. It was a whole day. I should have put that last, but I'm not going to go spend whole details on that. I'm going to Tierra. A1 Lyrica, that everything's going down, everything. They started to working things out. They going to be together and working it out. They want the mothers to get together and get along. The mothers cannot get along whatsoever because they had a little time. Because they told the mothers, y'all need to get along for the sake of our grandchild. So they said cool with it. They got good. At 2, Barbara Lyrica showed Pam the sonogram, the ultrasound. And Pam said, well, how was it there? And she said, well, you got to ask your son that. And then when Pam said, let's get a DNA test of the baby. And that's whole hell broke loose. So I said, y'all cannot get it together at all. And A1 said, I'm tired of everybody telling me about my wife. And I said, let it go. I'm going to stick by her. A1 said he going to stick by Lyrica and everything. He asked for a DNA test. She going to give him a DNA test. She disappointed that he asked her. But he said, you know what? I'm going to get it done and I'm going to clear the air. And I heard to find out that they was on Wendy Williams and it confirmed that it's his baby. So we know it's his baby. But in the season, it was like, he going to get the DNA test to clear his mind and everything because there's so much rumors going out about this situation, about she stepping out, she cheated. Patrice come on text messages that A1 sent Patrice, and A1 did say he sent those, and he said it was a long time ago and all that stuff like that, and not it was meant to now, and that she was cheating on me and all that stuff, and it's that she was stepping out, talking to somebody or whatever. But it was on break, the separation. Pam still was not letting that go. She was kept going. I said, if you don't want to be there in the life, he's just going to let y'all go. He's going to cut you off. So he said, he told his family, if you're going to be there with us, rock with us, because I'm going to stick with Lyrica. So if you don't like it, move on. But if you like it, you fucking with me. But I'm not letting her go. Nobody's more important in my life right now. And if you can't get in the bandwagon, step off of it. I said, oh, okay, I hear that. I see. He said what he had to say. He said what he said. All right? Now, the video getting too long, so I'm not going to get it going. But, yeah, that was that, really. And it was too much. I'm just saying they renewed their vows. They had a gender reveal party. They revealed they're going to have a boy. I said, oh, nice. So they renewed vows in 10 years. Renewed the vows after 10 years. And they did it. They had the thing. He said he going to be there and he gonna stick with her. And she broke down crying and saying, yeah, this little man, he gonna love me and he gonna be there and stick by my side through thick or thin. And Mama Lyrica was sticking her ass off in that wedding. She said, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was called December Love, and I gotta listen to it too. And I was like, go ahead, Mama Lyrica. But that was that. Now Tierra. Last but not least, Tierra. If I miss anybody else, I'm sorry, but it wasn't even much to mention anybody else. Kimberly said, oh, before I go with Tierra, Kimberly's working on a new album. She's trying to work on things after surgery and everything done. She's trying to get back and work on her album. So hopefully we hear some more music for her soon lately and be on grind. So good luck to you, Kimberly and K. Michelle. And just stop with the messiness and everything. But she had much scenes, but with the scenes that she is on, it was like, okay. Oh, I forgot that Brooke went to see Akbar. That's what she messy up because she went to see Akbar to get the information, receipts about Tierra, and I'm gonna bring that into Tierra's situation in a minute. So that's more about Brooke and how she messy. Like she like to run things, and nobody tell her to do all that, but she's still trying to get information to Tia about people because she didn't realize how Tia was moving since this whole thing. But we get to it. What to say? Yeah, so A1 Lyrica, that's done. I was gonna say for somebody else. Okay, let's move on. Let's do Tierra. Tierra. Oh, girl. I don't know what to say about this girl, Tierra. Alright. So we all know Tierra did this press conference. Brooke was there, Moniece was there. They did a press conference and she just did a thing about the revenge porn and how she was humiliated and everything, and she turned down the Sister Wife Club. Well, she'd be the third person out of Sade, Alejandro, or Akbar. Akbar was trying to have the Sister Wife type kind of thing and dealing with them. Sade was his wife, and then he had Alejandro, then he went Tierra was the third. Tierra said, fuck that, we're not having it. And since then, her revenge porn got leaked out when just give it a hand, come on her face and everything. Now, after this, it's getting rumors that she was still seeing her. It was a video that surfaced and everything, and Paris Dickey was like, "Are you really done well?" Because that's the first thing there was a rock with Tierra, because it was like, "Are you really done with this guy?" Because she was upset that they didn't come to her press conference. She said, "Are you really done? If you're done, then but if you're not done, why we just keep supporting you?" So they was there, and when Bridget Kelly had that interview, Tierra was sitting down, and she was, all the action was the food was ready, but they sat down and had that. Ambushed her with the question. She said, "Oh, it's about the music, but how about the sex tape, all that stuff like that?" And she said, "Yeah, my ex or my boyfriend or my ex-boyfriend leaked that sex tape." He said, somebody said, "Where can I see it?" She said, "Oh, not where can I see it." She got up and left. And then he mentioned something that K. Michelle was talking to Akbar, and he did a live tweet, a live Instagram, and she responded to his thing, all that stuff. And she didn't hear that. So she went down. Bridget Kelly was trying to console her. She said, "Leave me alone." So she came out and sat down. And they was talking about it, and then they were saying Moniece should have checked Kimberly. I said, "How should I check my friend and what she did?" She said, "Well, Tierra was getting bucked." She said, "Well, that's your friend. She didn't tell her, and you gotta pick a side." I said, "No, she don't have to pick nobody's side. She stayed in the middle. It is what it is. She don't have to pick nobody's side. She's still your friend. She's still Kimberly's friend. Why she can't be friends with both of y'all? What Kimberly did with her is Kimberly doing. She not to check her as in defense of you." So when all this good craziness, she said she did like how Moniece's move, like Moniece is violent offensive. She picking on not checking Kimberly and all that stuff. So she was going off. She said, "When I'm doing my spare time, I do my spare time." So that's what Brooke said. Hold up. Okay, I'm just looking up that. But come to find out, Tierra still was messing with Akbar after this whole press conference thing. She was going to see him. She was having sex with him constantly. She was meeting with him and all that stuff like that, talking and saying, "If you do this with you, can you drop the charge? I will drop the charges." And they basically keep going to him and have sex. And it all boiled down to it that she kept going to him. And it was hurting her own case. hurting her own damn case. Her old lawyer told her, said, this not looking good because I saw videos, constant videos of you. After the press conference, she flew down to Dallas to see him, had sex with him, was kissing and talking. Somebody was videotaping and recording it. I think it was Alejandra, something like that. I was like, wow. And then Lawyer was saying there was another video of her going to see him, and he was videotaping, recording it, and Alejandra was there, and they was doing all this back and forth, bickering, bantering. I was like, oh my gosh. But the lawyer said, this is hurting your case because you did this, and then you said this, and he was giving oral sex, and he was having sex, and she was getting defensive. He said, no, I did this and this, that. I said, that's what it is. You keep meeting with this guy every no damn case. You hurt your damn case before it even started, girl. You go to see this guy, no one's going to hurt your case, and he playing your ass because his dick was good. That's all you said. So you broke your friendship with Moniece because Moniece was not going to try and check K. Michelle, and that you feel like she should check you. And now she tried to be on your back and try to be your side. She said, I don't need you as your friend. You're a fake friend, you fake bitch, all that stuff. So cut her off. Book went to see Akbar to get information and find out she was still traveling to see Mars. So she saw this and she went to check Moniece. No. Taylor went to go check Book. It got shut down. She said, what I do in my spare time is my business. She said, what you mad for, good sweetie? I was like, whatever. So Tiara, nobody got time for your ass. You did what you did. You got caught. You fucked up your case. So hopefully you get better. I hope you move on. But right now you looking stupid right now, Tiara. And I can't believe that you would fall for this type of shit like that. You would go for a freaking fall for Akbar. But that was Love and Hip Hop, y'all. It was a long video, but I was giving as much points that I can. Talk about some things, talk about the storylines, how I feel about it. It was a good season. I can say it was a boring season. And just that I just wasn't watching Love and Hip Hop series. I wasn't watching a lot of the reality TV shows like that because I'm to the point when it's like, alright, enough is enough. The only one I really liked was Married to Medicine because it's so real, it's so relatable. It's not contrived drama. It's like real drama. So I can, even though it's a reality TV show, it's still more loosely towards reality because it's more dealing with real good issues and real problems, like not this fake ass drama and stuff like that they making up in Love and Hip Hop just to make a storyline. No, this is real storylines that these people going through. So that's the only reality TV show right now that I like, Married to Medicine. That's why you get that reviews every weekly. It's not trying to be late with it. But I will do a reunion. I will review the reunion for y'all. So, and then Love and Hip Hop New York is coming back November 26th. And it seemed like a lot of old cast is being back, and they trying to reshape the cast to make it better. Cause last season was boring as hell. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the weekly of Love and Hip Hop New York. I may or may not do that. I may just do an initial reaction first episode, and then every other 2 episodes I may do a bi-weekly date, or I might just do a first initial reaction, end reaction, and reunion, and just do the end reaction be a long video. Alright? So talk to y'all later. Peace.